Lloyd Avery II, The Rise, Fall, and Mystery of a Hollywood Tragedy. Chapter 1. Beginnings in Black Beverly Hills. Lloyd Avery II was born on June 21, 1969 in Los Angeles, California. He grew up in View Park, an affluent black neighborhood near Baldwin Hills, often called the Black Beverly Hills. His mother, Linda Avery, was a stay-at-home mom who later worked at a bank, and his father, Lloyd Avery Sr., was a self-employed tradesman skilled in carpentry, plumbing, and electrical work. Lloyd attended Beverly Hills High School, where he played baseball and water polo. He also explored music and briefly attended trade college before deciding that creative expression, especially film, was where he belonged. No one in his family could have predicted that one day he would become part of one of the most iconic scenes in black cinema history. Chapter 2. Breakthrough. Boyz in the Hood. In 1991, Lloyd's childhood friend John Singleton, then a rising director, cast him in the film Boyz in the Hood. His role, Knucklehead No. 2, a minor role, but one that would become unforgettable. It was Lloyd Avery who fired the fatal shotgun blast that killed Ricky, Morris Chestnut, in the alley. The moment echoed through cinema and became one of the most replayed scenes in black film history. Although he had few lines, the camera loved him. His expressive eyes, intimidating presence, and street look made him stand out instantly. Hollywood took notice. Chapter 3. A budding career. After Boyz in the Hood, Avery got an agent and began picking up more work. Filmography 1991, Boyz in the Hood. Role, Knucklehead No. 2, 1992. Doogie Howser, M.D. TV episode, Dangerous Reunions. Role, minor guest appearance, I-93, Poetic Justice. A smaller role in another John Singleton film, starring Janet Jackson and Tupac Shakur. 2000, lockdown role, Nate. A gritty prison drama where Avery played a memorable supporting part. 2001, shot role, G-Ride. An independent film with a street-level documentary flavor, now noted for being his final film. Music and side projects. Avery also tried to break into music under the alias L.A. Deuce. He wrote lyrics, tried developing a rap persona, and even began to write a film script based on gang life. Had his path stayed this course, many believe he could have become a respected character actor, rapper, or screenwriter. Chapter 4. When acting became reality. Around the late 1990s, people close to Avery noticed a shift. Despite growing up in a stable, middle-class background, he moved into the jungle, a Bloods-controlled area in South LA. Known for gang activity, the neighborhood began shaping his lifestyle. He allegedly tattooed jungles above his eyebrow, signaling affiliation with local sets. Reports from friends and acquaintances suggest he began drifting deeper into real street life instead of just portraying it on screen. Hollywood roles slowed, and the gangster character he played on camera became the persona he inhabited in real life. This merging of performance and reality set the stage for tragedy. Chapter 5. The Double Homicide. On July 1, 1999, Lloyd Avery II was implicated in a double murder involving Annette Lewis, Percy Branch. The incident was reportedly over a drug-related dispute. Authorities arrested Avery, and in December 2000, he was convicted and sentenced to life in prison. For those who knew him from his acting career, the fall was shocking. For those who knew him later in life, it felt like the inevitable end of a dangerous spiral. Chapter 6. Pelican Bay. The final act. Lloyd Avery was incarcerated at Pelican Bay State Prison, one of the toughest maximum security prisons in the United States. September 4, 2005. The murder Avery was found dead in his cell, murdered by his cellmate, Kevin Roby, an inmate who identified as a self-styled satanic priest. Roby strangled Avery and staged the body in what authorities described as a ritualistic killing. For several days, the murder went undetected due to prison neglect and Roby's manipulation of guards. Avery was just 36 years old. Why Kevin Roby killed him? The alleged motive, Kevin Roby was described as a Satanist. He referred to himself as Satanic Christ. According to reports, there were spiritual and ritual differences between Roby and Avery. At the time of the murder, Avery had reportedly become a devout Christian. Some sources call him Baby Jesus in prison, and had tried to convert Roby. Some accounts say Roby was opposed to being placed with Christian inmates. He reportedly objected to sharing a cell with Christians because of his beliefs. The murder appears to have been ritualistic. After strangling Avery, Roby allegedly painted the cell walls with Avery's blood, drew a pentagram on the floor, and placed the body inside it. So the driving factor seems to have been religious/ideological. Roby's extremist satanic beliefs, combined with Avery's Christian faith and attempts to convert Roby, reportedly led to the killing as a ritualistic act of violence. After the murder, Avery's family sought to sue the prison, but their efforts were unsuccessful. The NAACP legal team and prominent lawyer Johnny Cochran both declined to take on the case. Without legal counsel willing to represent them, the family was unable to proceed with the lawsuit and dropped it. No charges were filed against Kevin Roby for Avery's murder, as he was already serving a life sentence. Chapter 7. The Myth. Legacy. Lloyd Avery left behind a story both haunting and unforgettable. He became the living embodiment of a tragic Hollywood archetype, a promising artist who became consumed by the role he played. His performance in Boyz in the Hood is frozen in cinematic memory, yet the man behind the character remained mysterious, magnetic, troubled, and enigmatic. Today, Avery is remembered as a natural, raw talent. A man torn between privilege and street allure, a cautionary tale about identity, environment, and the power of the roles people choose or fall into his life remains a subject of documentaries, articles, and urban legends, a story too shocking for fiction and too tragic to forget.